We back. Got that branch dive 140 auto guide. I've tested quite a few teams, but this seems to be the most consistent and low investment that has a decent clear time. Now I've omitted the purple stage as basically any team you build for this dive will clear it, but I have included the breakdown of the team, the rest of the stages being cleared, as well as the gear at the end. So let's go ahead and check them out. So here's the team. The core things about this team that you need is a 130 Tempest, TU6 Linjian, TU6 Remia, and then either Sigma Max Operator or Valletta Max Operator should work. I've only tested a couple times. I can't guarantee the consistency with Valletta, but the few times that I did try it did work. The cool part about this team is that beyond Casey, Linjian, Rearm Mia, Eddie, and A Hilde, the rest are pretty much replaceable. I mean, I get that that's 70% of the team, but that basically means you could throw any awaken you want right here. TUs don't matter on the rest of the characters except for these two right here, just being TU6 for timing. If Eddie Fisher comes out a little earlier to proc Sigma, that's okay. If A Hilde comes out a little earlier, that's also a-okay. But you definitely need these two at TU6 for this to work, at least from what I can see. But like I was saying, you can pick whatever you want for your awaken. You don't have ayuna? Awesome. Throw in Replacer King. He doesn't really get his procs, but you can still throw him in. I found that Yuna seems to be the quickest, but like I said, any 6 cost awaken. It has to be 6 cost. So you can sit there, throw in ASY, Ministra would work too. Jushiun, I've tested with Jushiun, A Sigma, all those work. But like I said, Yuna seems to be the fastest. I wouldn't do Kurian because he's super long range, and he'll pretty much get AoE down by the Estaque on the last stage. He may do okay and live fine, but just I would steer clear of him. Now, Carlotta can get replaced with pretty much any buffer or DPSer. She basically speeds up the boss stage by 2 to 4 seconds, and that's pretty much all she's good for. You can sit there and do something different. Nicole, I would suggest using if you want to speed up the yellow and red stages. She doesn't really speed up the red stage, but she definitely does speed up the yellow stage a bit more. Then Sinjia for the attack speed crit buff for Rearm Mia. So Yoon is the first support. She comes out and buffs the first ulti on Mia. Dorothy buffs the second or third ulti and gives you attack speed as well, so they, pew pew faster. And then Hilde, you hope you don't get to Hilde, but just in case you do, she comes out and buffs Mia as well. First up is the yellow stage. Now, by far, this is probably the longest one because Rhino has too much HP. Like, that thing just, no. It's really not cool. But it's okay. Tempest has this wonderful, cool skill that literally just turns it right around. Problem solved. We got shields just in case that Woodpecker decides it wants to hit us. Yuna's just going to sit there and burn the boss down with Mia pointed the right direction so we could get some easy, cheap hawk shots off on the ship over here. Linjian and Casey just pushing forward, doing a good job. Then once that Rhino's down, the gates are open and we are just going in. Next up we have the red stage. Now this is our favorite friend Estaque, who everybody loves. But we brought plenty of shields to deal with this. Now, we don't really have to sit here and worry about too much here. Nobody's gonna die, everybody's safe. We have Tempest Shield to sit there and protect us. A unit's gonna come in and help take care of these soldiers. Of course, Mia's looking a little low, but just like how our ship's getting shielded, she's also getting all those shields as well, so you don't have to worry about it. And by the time she ulties, Estaque is just kind of dead, so she'll move up and it'll be safe. Second ult to finish it off. Next up is the boss stage. Sadly, something happened to my audio, and there isn't any sound to this. So we just get to hear my shoutcasting for the entire time of this. Luckily, it's not that long, but here we go. So this stage usually is pretty difficult for Casey to survive. Still is, but that wonderful wall keeps her alive just long enough so she can get some shields and stay up. But by that time, Ayuna's up in the front, and we're good. Ayuna's just going to sit there and start burning people down. You have Mia starting to proc her ulti over here, or cast it. And look at that, everything's getting knocked back, shot up, and we're great. Carlotta comes down, casts her skill, and look at us go. Right there in the corner pocket, popping off all the ultis and everything that we can. More Mia ultis, and oh, we're done. Now, I have seen this do a 214. Unfortunately, the recorder was a 212. But overall, it's a good run. Very consistent. So here's the gear. I have KC Bins on HP. She has way too much crit res, but we do with what we can. I gave her a bit of skill haste just so she's able to use her skills a little bit more, give her more survivability. Lin Jian I have on CDR with a whopping 77% skill haste. You only need 76. You can actually do this on 75. Now, if you're unfortunate and haven't gotten Swift Relics yet, and you don't have a Hummingbird Hands, full Maze CDR works just as well. Mia you want on as much skill haste as possible. She doesn't have to be 76 though, but she does have to be some sort of CDR set. I've tried to use Volcano ult amp, and unfortunately, because I'm not running a healer in this comp, she dies. But even with CDR full range Britta, full range latent Brittas, she's able to get her ulti off. Doesn't really speed up the run. I found that just going full CDR is just better in this case. Yuna can go on whatever gear you feel like, honestly. She's just there for her HP burn. Everything else is just kind of extra. You do need the reactor. But other than that, well, I wouldn't say need. It speeds it up by quite a bit. But beyond that, full CDR works just well. Any type of damage gear, that's fine too. Eddie Fisher, I put on HP, so he just lives. Hilde, as you can see, is on CDR and not anything particular. I kind of hit auto and it threw these on her, and I was like, okay, that works. And we moved on. Carlotta, also, I did auto equip. She's not out for that long usually, and whether she survives or not, I don't care. As long as she uses her skill and gets my team up to that ship as quick as possible. I threw Sinjia on a replica CDR set. Her gear's not as important either. We're just there for the buffs. So Ayun is going to be sitting on just CDR gear or whatever filler gear I have left over. Dorothy I have on Swift Latents, A speed, just in case for some reason she gets her buff off again, in case it's needed, but hopefully not. And then A Hilde isn't even fully geared. I think I auto equipped at some point, then took the weapon off for somebody else. Ship latents aren't anything special. Oh, I got a nice little range damage. It's cute. Other than that, nothing to speak of. Thanks for watching as always. I hope this guide helps you. I'm going to keep looking for other teams that might be better. I think once we get Awaken Karen, it might make things a little faster for this. If I find anything, I'll do another video showcasing it. And as always, feel free to leave a comment or catch me on Discord. The link will be in the description. If you want to buy me a coffee, you can find a link in the description for that as well. And I'll see you all next time.